Hello, welcome back to another quick review. And today we're going to take a look at a game that demonstrates a case that happens, I think, fairly frequently. And the question is, do you ever fold a Mangan? Now here I am playing against two Sane players and a Master 3 player, so pretty good players. Let's take a look at the actual situation. Okay, we start out with this hand, which we have a red dragon and some pretty decent shapes. We immediately draw into the Dora, which is nice, and get to pawn the red dragon. So now we have the Dora in our hand, a red dragon pawn, so we can call all these other shapes, which are looking pretty decent and callable. So we proceed, draw well here, and then draw into the second copy of the Dora. Very nice. We continue drawing, so far so good, and the shapes are completing, and then turn 8, we draw the third Dora. So now this hand is a guaranteed Mangan. We've got the red dragon for 1 Han and 3 more Han here. So pretty much going to be pushing this hand, more or less regardless, I think, of what happens. We'll see how that goes. So we keep drawing pretty well here. So here the dealer actually pawns the white dragon. He's already called for Monzo tiles before. If we look at his discards, it's pretty clear he's going for a Honitsu hand, especially now that he's got the white dragon. So we should be pretty worried at this point. He already may very well be in Tempai. So we need to be careful about discarding Monzo. And here we are, we've drawn Monzo. Happily, it's a Monzo tile that was just thrown by Shimo, so I feel a little bit safer about actually discarding it, but it's not really guaranteed because if we take a look, the dealer actually, he does discard, yeah, he Tsumogiris the tile, so he hasn't changed up his hand since this 8-mon came out. So I throw that, and now Shimocha actually reaches. So what do we do here? We still have the Mangan. We have all the Dora, or almost all the Dora that are usable in any case. So we're not too worried about the Ricci player, but still pretty worried about the dealer. The dealer could be representing a pretty huge hand, probably bigger than our Mangan. If he's got a Mangan himself as the dealer, that's 12,000, so pretty scary. And the points are pretty even here. We're in these three, but the point totals haven't really changed from the beginning, so not really any reason to push extra hard at this point. So let's take a look. So yeah, we can see that Toyman here is defending. He throws the 8-mon as well, so he's probably folding. However, now we see that Kamicha actually cheese up that 8. And now we're pretty much 100% sure that he's in Tempai. At this point, very worried about throwing any Manzu or honor tiles. I draw this 3-pin, and there's an interesting decision point here because I can change up my weight. I can go for either throwing the 1 or the 3. Now the 1 will be, I think, slightly safer to the Ricci player because he's thrown a 4-pin, and the 3 is fairly unsafe, but I'm pushing here because, yeah, I'm not too worried about his hand. I'm a lot more worried about the dealer, and I think the dealer doesn't care about pins, right? Looking at his hand, he's almost certainly going Honitsu here, so unlikely to be waiting for the 3. I don't think anybody's going to throw the 6-mon because of what the dealer is holding, or it might just be in his hand, so I don't think switching up the hand is good at this point. I push with the 3-pin, and yeah, Shimocha discards that. Toyman continues to fold, and the 3-pin comes out over here as well. And then we draw this 8. This is okay for, at least for the dealer. It's not so safe, but again, I'm not for the Ricci, but I'm not too worried about the Ricci, really. So we throw that. And then the 7-mon is thrown. He's in Ricci, so of course he's throwing everything. Somehow passes. The dealer doesn't care about the 7-mon. Then the non comes out from Toyman, which is, yes, it's safe for the Ricci player, but it doesn't seem very safe for the dealer, which is scarier than the Ricci. But yeah, that passes as well. And then the dealer throws the 9-mon. Also turns out that's safe. And here we go. We have a huge decision to make. So the 3-mon's actually not safe at all, neither for the Ricci player nor the dealer. And it looks especially terrifying for the dealer. However, And what safe tiles do I have? I do have this 3-pin that I can throw that should be safe. So do I leave Tempai? It's only 2 turns left. Or do I push here? And so if I push, I still have a small chance of picking up that 2-pin. Or if I throw this, well, I don't get into Tempai. And, well, probably it's exhaustive draw and I pay a small penalty. And I make what is probably a really dumb decision to push this 3 mon. However, immediately the Ricci player discards the tile that I needed. And yeah, I get rewarded for what is probably a bad play. But let's take a look in Mortal and let's see if the AI agrees. And should we have pushed this Mangan hand or should we have folded? Okay, so let's take a look at what Mortal thinks about the play and the discards that we make. So right off the bat, it doesn't like my initial discard of the pay. It wants to throw the 9-so, but I think it's going to want to throw both of them. It agrees with pawning the red dragon here and then discarding this 9. Now it wants to throw the 6-pin first, and I throw the 6-so. Yeah, then we throw the other one. Then we throw this 8. Mortal agrees. Here there are a few more choices that could be made. It prefers to cut the 3-so right away. I cut the 4. It doesn't think that that's necessarily a bad discard. Here we do discard the 3-so. We skip the chi. Yeah, there was a chi offer for the 4. Obviously, we don't need that. The shape is already complete. Then we throw away the 8-mon. This is also correct. Then the 7-mon, also correct. The 7-pin, also correct. Then we see the pawn happened on the dealer's side, and we skip the offer of the 1. That's as it should be. And discard that, discard that. So far, I think we're playing pretty correctly. This hand kind of plays itself. It's not necessarily a lot of difficult decisions so far. Yes, we throw away this. We're in Tempai at this point, so we're basically just throwing whatever comes. And so here, Shimo finally reached, and now we have some slightly more interesting decisions to make. And here, right away, Mortal does prefer to be safe here. And it wants us to switch up our weight to be on the mon and the 3-pin, or rather the 6-mon and the 3-pin, rather than waiting on the 2-pin. I guess it's because this 1-pin is relatively safe to both of these players, whereas the 3 is completely unsafe. And I just go for the greed and stay with the 2-pin weight. But yeah, this is already a play that Mortal disapproves of. We do push with this. This is safe to do. And here's the big decision point. Now, Mortal shows that the 3-mon is extremely dangerous to the Ricci player. It doesn't show danger to the dealer. I wish they would actually implement that, and they would show the danger levels not just for the Ricci players, but for all the players. In any case, the only danger bar we have is for the Ricci here. However, this 3-mon I think is way more dangerous to the dealer than it is to Shimo. It does recommend that we fold the Mangan here. Throw it away. We don't need this risk. It's too much. Even though I think here the risk is really high on the dealer side, which is difficult to tell for what Mortal is reporting because it doesn't actually report the danger to the dealer. But I think the reason that it doesn't want to throw this isn't because it's afraid to deal in. However, there's only 2 turns left, so there's also that to consider. And so yeah, it says to fold. And yeah, of course, we take the run. So yeah, that was a look at a situation where the correct play would actually have us fold this Mangan hand. However, it was the wrong play. And I think more often than not, this would result in something bad happening to you rather than getting rewarded like this. But again, this is something that's easy to learn the wrong lesson from and to see, well, I guess there are cases that you should consider folding the Mangan as well. Anyways, let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.